Before I look to go on to the next event, I just wanted to talk about this news article I came across. Came across it a couple of weeks back, and I've been holding off doing anything about it until we got to a point where we could sort of establish that the things that I'm trying to get across to everybody actually have some sort of foundation and basis to work with. Now this particular article is from the BBC, as you can see, and it says Sandy Hook to Trump, help us stop conspiracy theorists. So off the back of that I had to read the article. And the long and short of it is it's trying to tar everybody with the same brush. It's trying to say that anybody who denies that the Sandy Hook shooting was a hoax are in fact to be completely discredited wherever possible. And the reasons they give for that are that they're suggesting that people are harassing the families and other people by going to the town and sending emails and ringing up and tracking people down that have moved out of the area. It's trying to get across that anybody who denies this particular event has got to be instantly discredited. Now, whilst I take this particular article with a pinch of salt, what caught my eye is this particular kid in the picture. Now, if you've not seen the Sandy Hook shooting side of things before, one of the most legendary things that's happened in this particular one is this kid here, Noah Posner. Now, Noah Posner is unfortunately a child that has been said to have died in this particular event, but then 2 years later is featured in a completely different event. And not only that, the BBC covered this particular event as well, and as you can see, this lady, the news reporter, is actually walking past a clear picture of Noah Posner. Now, I mentioned in my previous videos about the idea that the news will always take particular pictures in order to inflame emotions or something along those lines, and the fact that on this particular picture there are red roses hanging around Noah Posner's face. Out of all the people that had died in that particular event, it's Noah's face that's being highlighted on purpose. So what I did is I emailed the writer of the original conspiracy theorist article that I showed you at the start, and this is what it says. Good afternoon, Michael. I have read the above mentioned article and feel compelled to email you regarding its contents. I'm surprised from reading your article that out of all the families involved in the Sandy Hook shooting, it's Lenny Posner that's pursuing this. If you are genuinely interested in learning and understanding why people have an opinion on these things, how about this exercise? I've attached 2 photos that came from or via the BBC when in 2014 a school in Pakistan was attacked by the Taliban. How did Noah Posner's picture feature in this? Does Lenny know that his son's picture is being used in another tragedy? Is he not asking how this happened? Now, I'm not really expecting you to come back to me with any answers, because ultimately you work for a firm that claims to be unbiased but pushes these crappy articles that clearly are biased, therefore you risk your job in doing so. If you don't reply, well, who cares, eh? I'm only one voice, right? Well, wrong. Enough people are making noise about this stuff, hence your article, and probably the many others that follow. This is just one very small example as to why people believe these things, and on many occasions you or the powers that be could squash all this with counter evidence, but they don't. I hope you can take your work hat off and from one person to another see what I'm getting at. I don't advocate hassling people about these things because I think it's counterproductive, but certainly logical questions are needed when it comes to these things, and for the most part that's all conspiracy theorists do. They ask logical questions. Regards. Now, surprisingly, I did in fact get a reply from him only a few hours later. Hi. I don't know how Noah Posner's photo showed up on a banner in Pakistan later, but all explanations I can think of, it was a tribute to children who died in school shootings, it was mistakenly downloaded/printed by someone who didn't know the victims personally, are plausible. The explanations provided by conspiracy theorists are not. You say the hoaxers are asking logical questions, however that's simply not true. They're ranting on small points of difference which are immaterial. The school district changed to a different website at some point. This is taken as, the school wasn't open, it didn't exist, and so on and so on. I've been to Sandy Hook, I've spoken to the relatives of murdered children, I've seen hundreds of conspiracy videos online. As painful as the truth is, Sandy Hook happened. To deny so is cruel, inhumane, and causing real pain. Thanks for reading. Now, I haven't responded to this email because I don't see a point, and the thing is this guy will never get it. He will never understand the things that we're trying to put to people. I mean, if you look at my videos and look at what he's saying, would you say that my videos have no foundation whatsoever? Which is just not true. And the problem is there's a lot of us and we're all passionate about this stuff. Now, it's got to come from something. It can't all just be crazy theories as they're trying to make out. And this is why I had to just email this guy, just for my own sanity, really. So I thought I'd share that with you. So thanks very much for watching.